Hello everyone, this is Doxy Mom and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy and I, we're going to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get started. Now, David Wilcock, he made a very interesting video, and I want to say thank you to my wonderful subscriber, Jug, for the link. Now, this is David's theory. Will it happen? Guys, I don't know. I don't have the military sources like David claims to have, but he is saying there will be 3 days of no internet and no phone. Now, David's State Department source said the 3 days could be before Good Friday. Now, anytime dates are put out there, guys, things usually don't happen. So, just possibly plan on 3 days of no phone and no internet at some point in the near future. Here again, this is David. He claims that the bad guys will be arrested, which would be wonderful. And David said that he wasn't going to leak this information because it could give the enemy an unfair advantage. But apparently, it doesn't matter if they run because there's nowhere for them to go. Now, David was authorized to tell us that this will happen. And David put this video out on March the 29th, and he's had over 1 million views, which is pretty incredible since, you know, YouTube, they sure like to censor. So you just might want to make sure you have enough food, pet food, medication for at least 3 days if this would happen. And of course, we've been talking about this for a while, but we aren't supposed to lose electricity, so that's wonderful. And like I've been telling you almost a year now, the federally sealed indictments were over 160,000, and David says that during these 3 days, many of those indictments will be unsealed and many people will be arrested. And so this is what we've been waiting for. Is it going to happen again? I don't know, guys. Now, I am a little skeptical of the timing, but we've got 1 million military men and women all across the United States right now. Plus, we've got 2 huge ships, Mercy and Comfort. They're on the east and west coast, and, you know, there are over 75,000 sealed indictments just in California alone. So where would you put all these people if there were mass arrest? On the ship? Maybe. Now, there's around 18,500 indictments in New York, around 7,700 in both New Jersey and Massachusetts, over 4,000 in Connecticut, and close to 15,000 in Florida. Of course, Florida is awfully close to Cuba. So, what I've been saying all along, that the arrests, they're going to happen. I personally thought that, you know, it maybe would start when President Trump had started his second term, and it would go slowly so the American people could kind of digest all of this and understand it. But maybe because of the coronavirus, they've decided to do it now. Again, I don't know. Just know that David says it's happening by Easter, and I'm saying it's possible. Now, I felt it was important to share this information with you. And David, he says that these satanic people created this virus, and I agree with him on that 100%, y'all. Now, David said they got the contagion part right on the virus, but not the lethality, because coronavirus is very contagious, but it won't kill as many people as they were hoping it would. Isn't this horrible? Now, he says more people will probably die from the flu than from the coronavirus, which I've been kind of thinking that all along. It's not as lethal as the MSM is making it out to be. Of course, many in the media are evil, and they want you scared. They want you panicked. Anyway, David says the problem with the coronavirus is that it's so contagious that it overloads the capacity of the healthcare system. Now, Louise Anderson, she's one of my wonderful UK subscribers. She said that their hospital had an isolation unit set up the last 4 weeks, and only a few people have been admitted to it, and all have tested negative for coronavirus. So this is great news. So the media, they're pretty much blowing this way out of proportion. Yet in heavily populated areas like New York, they would have overloaded the hospitals. But the military stepped in. They came in and they built those hospital tents. Now, the flu, it doesn't hit everyone at once, so the hospitals can accommodate flu patients. But people with the coronavirus, they're being treated, and many people are recovering. Just a lot of people at one time that are coming in, kind of, you know, it could overtake the hospitals, but President Trump hasn't let that happen. Now, the fake news media, they're not going to report on all those people that are recovering. But David says that, you know, if you can no longer get online and your phone doesn't work, you've got to wait 3 days. And then they've been told that all the TVs will come back on and they'll be running an 8-hour chunk of information that they'll play it 3 times a day. And that's all that there's going to be on television. And they're basically going to come on and say the information will tell you that the planet has been run by a satanic cult. And guys, I know this sounds crazy. David knows this sounds crazy, but he says this is what's going to be happening. Now, then David changed gears. He talks about China a little bit, that they've basically gotten over the coronavirus. They've had no new cases or deaths, and they're back up to 95% production, and that is wonderful news. David, he then talks about how some of America's leading billionaires met secretly to consider how their wealth could be used to slow the growth of the world's population. In attendance, Bill Gates, David Rockefeller Jr., Warren Buffett, George Soros, Michael Bloomberg, Ted Turner, and Oprah. Now, they agreed that overpopulation was their priority and it would be tackled as a potentially disastrous environmental, social, and industrial threat. So the deep state, they have been wanting the planet to be where it is now. Basically, everything's shut down, and the coronavirus has accomplished this for them. So, you know, the good news is this is not going to last long, okay? So if the phones do go down, just know the arrests are happening. Now, guys, this is a 3.5-hour video, and I will link it in the pinned comments, and I'll keep you posted if anything else. If I hear anything else, I will let you know. The main thing is don't panic. We are all in this together. Now, the Gateway Pundit, they're reporting that the United Nations wants a 10% global tax to pay for the new Shared Responsibility Program to address the coronavirus pandemic. Just like the American left, the globalists never let a crisis pass without attempting a power grab. Now, the World Health Organization, WHO, lied about the seriousness of the global coronavirus, WHO praised China despite their continued lying, and WHO leader Tedros created an international panic and global, global depression when he overstated the mortality rate from the coronavirus. But now, the UN believes they should be paid more after the pandemic. They want more power and cash from this shared responsibility global solidarity plan. The UN would create a fund for addressing the pandemic, and nations would contribute at least 10% of their annual income of the entire planet to a coordinated stimulus plan that would be administered at the international level. Now, if countries were to accept the plan, the UN would be given $8.7 trillion from the United States. Are you kidding me? And the plan would place the UN in charge of propping up the economies of the world during the coronavirus crisis, putting it in charge of 10% of global income. Hello, I'm getting a big fat no on that, guys. Now, the UN is one of those 17 scandals that I talked about a while back, and I'm going to go back over here in just a few minutes. These people are a part of the deep state. They're wanting to bring down they're wanting to bring in the New World Order. But don't worry, President Trump, he is way too smart to fall for this deep state evil plan, but this is just one small thing that our president is up against every single day. So here's your daily reminder to pray for our president, his family, 17 in the team, and our military and their families, and all those fighting for our country. Now, the 17 scandals that will be exposed at some point, don't know when. Just going to quickly just go through these. Like I said, I made a video a long time ago about it, but these are 17 huge scandals that will be exposed. The first one, 9/11. We were not told the whole truth. Number 2, Benghazi. It's not over. Number 3, State Department PEDO ring and HRC is connected. Number 4, the Clinton scandals. Clinton Foundation. Need I say more? 5, Fast and Furious. Obama illegally sold those high-powered assault rifles to the Mexican cartel. Thousands of Mexicans were killed and 2 American border guards were killed. Number 6, IRS. We all know that Obama would sic the IRS on people that were going against him. 7, Spygate and FISA abuse. Obama and top officials spied not only on Trump, but many others in our government, including judges. Number 8, unmasking. Loretta Lynch and Sally Yates illegally unmasked many Americans, and then there were leaks to the press. Imagine that. Number 9, Project Hammer. John Brennan spied on everybody, even Obama. 10, Uranium One. Let's not forget, Hillary sold 20% of our uranium to Russia, and Robert Mueller delivered a sample, and then mysteriously $45 million ended up in the Clinton Foundation. Number 11, the Federal Reserve. Praise the Lord that the White Hats are now in control, and I've been told not to worry about the national debt. Number 12, Deep State and Illuminati are going down. They are evil. Number 13, the assassination attempt on Reagan and the assassination of JFK. I think we all know who's responsible for that. Number 14, scandal with the United Nations, and we'll get more into that later. Number 15, Project Folsom. Robert Harrington from the UK's intelligence agencies worked with Brennan to spy on Trump in the United States. Number 16, NXIVM and the Epstein, the running of the child PEDO rings. And 17, some of you are going to be upset, guys, and I'm sorry, but the Pope and the Catholic Church, they've done some horrible things. And all of these I have gotten from Pastor Dave. He's with His Glory, and you can find that on YouTube. Now, I'm going to leave you with Psalm 118:6 that says, "The Lord is on my side. I will not fear." Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.